You seem so intent on cultivating the middle-class Middle England vote. Don't you think you're in danger of losing your traditional supporters?
I would say two things to you. The first is that I've been in Parliament now for 14 years. Every single one of those years has been spent in opposition. I've seen the poll tax be introduced. I've seen the undermining of the health service. I've seen the growth of social division in Britain. I've seen the wipeout of a third of our manufacturing base. I've seen 14 years in which the Conservatives have been governing this country, 18 years in all. I have to say to you, I make no apology at all for making sure that the Labour Party reaches out and builds new support. Because if we can't build that new support, we can't do anything for any of those people that have supported us over all those years. And I represent a constituency in the northeast of England, which, if you like, is what people would call a traditional Labour constituency. They know perfectly well that if I can't get out there and reach and build new support, I can't do anything for those that I represent. So that's the first thing I'd say. The second thing I'd say is this. We are offering those who have been traditional supporters of the Labour Party a very great deal in this election. For example, we are the only political party putting forward a proper programme for youth and long-term unemployment. The windfall tax on the privatised utilities, the excess profits there, to fund that £3 billion programme over the lifetime of the Parliament to get young people off benefit and into work. Or you would look at our education proposals to reduce class sizes for 5-, 6- or 7-year-olds, or the proposals we have in the National Health Service, or on crime, or for pensions. These are all things that are going to bring benefit, not just to traditional supporters, but to those around the country. I'll just say one other thing to you as well, though. You see, I think it's to play the Conservative game, to say the Labour Party simply represents those people that are poor and disadvantaged or unemployed, and the Conservatives represent the rest. That's not the true divide in British politics. The true divide is between a Labour Party today that represents the decent, hard-working majority of people in this country and a Conservative Party that's there for the privileged few. Now, that is why I created New Labour. I did it. It was difficult. It was painful often, but it was absolutely necessary. Because if you come into politics to get something done, and for 14 years I've been a sayer, not a doer, then you have to have a political party capable of achieving power. So I have to say to you, with the greatest respect, I don't apologise for creating New Labour as a party that can govern this country. I am proud of it.
Okay. Karen Hayward, does that answer your question? What did you have in mind exactly?
Just that the Labour Party seems to be very close to the Conservative Party. There doesn't seem to be a way of distinguishing between the two.
But you see, Karen, if I can just say to you, I mean, just take the example of that windfall tax there to fund the unemployment programme for young people. Supposing we were able to get 250,000 young people off benefit and into work over the lifetime of the Parliament, which is our commitment. I mean, that would be a dramatic indication of how much we were trying to heal the wounds in society, the fractures in our society, and bring the country further together. Supposing we were able to extend educational opportunity to those that don't have it at the moment, and reduce class sizes for all the 5-, 6- and 7-year-olds in the country to 30 or under. Now, that would be doing something. That's a big difference from the Conservatives. All the way through there are differences, but, you know, I suppose the differences fall into a different category from the differences, say, of 30, 40 years ago. And this is why today's Labour Party has changed, because I want the Labour Party, for example, to be a party that's committed to enterprise and to business. And I'm proud of the fact, again, that there are business people today who find themselves perfectly happy and at home in the Labour Party. But I think the vast majority of them, and I hope you, understand that it's possible to build a society where there's ambition and aspiration, but some sense of compassion and decency and obligation for others. And that's all we're trying to do.
Okay.